Hey guys, so today we're going to do a pros and cons videos of a CVT transmission, and I've got one in my Nissan Rogue. It's actually the Xtronic transmission, and I'm going to tell you everything I love and hate about having a CVT in my vehicle. With that said, let's get into the video. Starting off on my absolute favorite thing about my CVT transmission is that when you have a CVT, there's no set gear ratio like you'd have in an automatic. In an automatic, let's say you have a 6-speed, you've got 6 set gears and you have to stay within those parameters of those gears. However, when you have a CVT, you've got your bottom and you've got your top, and everything else in between is in play. And what I love about that is that when I actually hit my drive mode switch, it's actually going to change the transmission. It's not just going to change my throttle response. And what that means for me is that when I drop this thing in eco on the highway and drive 65, I can get 43 miles to the gallon in a car that weighs 3,500 pounds, which is absolutely phenomenal. I've never had that in any other car, and I don't think anything with an automatic transmission can meet those same standards. This next one is really debatable, and this is all about reliability. A lot of people complain about CVTs and how when the belt breaks or when the chain breaks or when something happens internally, it's not as simple as a rebuild, it's an entire change out, and you're not wrong, it is an entire change out. However, there's less moving parts, and those parts are cheaper to purchase and cheaper to manufacture. So yes, they will blow out on you, but so will an automatic. Your torque converter will go on your automatic transmission no matter what, regardless of what year it is or how well built it is. So on that same note, I'm going to still say yes, it's less reliable than an automatic because you do have belt and chain failures more often on this transmission than you would have like a torque converter on an automatic. However, I'm not going to say it's not worth buying because there's so many other great things about it. Next pro of the CVT is actually going to be space. A lot of your automatic transmissions are going to take up a lot of space, and you can see here we have hardly any transmission and engine bump in this car. And I know this is transversely mounted, so this isn't necessarily going to be as fair. However, this thing takes up way less space than an automatic transmission. The thing I'm going to get into is consumer cost. They can make cars a whole lot cheaper when they use CVTs, meaning that you can actually afford to buy a car with a CVT and still get a lot more features than you would if you had to buy a car that had, let's say, a 9-speed automatic instead. So I'm going to give a point to the CVT for that one. Con that I have for the CVT is actually going to be driving feel. You'll notice in a CVT it feels a little bit more rubbery and a little less engaging than you'd have with an automatic transmission. In an automatic transmission, you can feel the shifts and you can feel the mechanical mechanisms that are actually changing your gears, and some people like that. Where in a CVT, especially on newer CVTs like what's in Toyota and Subaru, you're going to see that they're a lot more rubbery. Nissan is the oldest CVT in the game right now, and you can truly feel that. When you drive this vehicle, it'd be hard to know it was a CVT if you didn't already know, because this vehicle has really great simulated shifts. However, I do believe those simulated shifts are going to take a hit on your reliability because it puts a lot more stress on the transmission. With that said, let's finalize this video. Final conclusion about the CVT transmission, it's definitely more cost effective, it's definitely going to give you better fuel mileage. However, it's not going to give you the same driving feel or the same driving reliability that you're going to get out of a regular old automatic transmission. With that said, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you turn the notifications bell on because we're going to come out with more videos like this hitting you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.